He takes us behind the screens every Friday morning at around this time, and we've got him on again this morning. Good morning, Jackson. How are you, sir?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Great.
Favorite Halloween candy?
Ooh, I would say Kit Kats.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
one.
a good call.
It's a good choice.
I love Kit Kats. We have those in our house right now. They will not last till Halloween.
No.
I just want you guys to know that.
If Halloween was this weekend, they wouldn't last.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Thank you for knowing me so well.
All right, Jackson. Well, listen, we love this segment. It's always interesting. There is certainly a fascinating, I think, movie coming out this weekend. It's Blade Runner 2049. Harrison Ford, Ryan Gosling. I think a lot of people remember and know Blade Runner, but it was 35 years ago.
Wow,
Do people
really?
still care about this movie?
I think they do. I just watched it for the very first time about a month or two ago to get ready for this sequel, and it is a fascinating movie to watch. It's sophisticated sci-fi, and that's what this sequel is as well. This sequel set 30 years after the original. It's directed by Denis Villeneuve, who did Arrival last year, the Amy Adams sci-fi movie, and this is produced by Ridley Scott, who directed the original. It's a visually appetizing movie, a gradual story just like the first film, a story that I really can't get into without giving too much away.
Okay.
But it really works. It builds, it grows on you as the film moves along at a tepid pace, totaling 2 hours and 44 minutes. But you know what? It doesn't feel extremely long. You're with Ryan Gosling, you're with Harrison Ford, you're with the other characters. I like this film a lot.
I wanted to ask you, Jackson, as watching that Blade Runner movie, it was filmed in, 1982. Did it seem real cheesy? Because usually when you go back and watch sci-fi movies from then, they look a little cheesy.
Yeah, in parts, and there were some things, I made some comparisons about things that ended up happening in real life. Like there's a scene in the original where a camera is zoomed in on pictures and then instant printing, and there's another one with communication like Skype. So they got some things right way back then, and they missed some things like the flying cars. But yeah, it's sophisticated sci-fi just like this movie. I think people are really going to like this. Even if you didn't see the original, you can still watch this movie. There are definitely some references and elements to the original, but you can go into this as a standalone film and be just fine with it.
I'm wondering the other side of that, too. What do they show you in this film that supposedly could be happening in 32 years from now in 2049 that looked interesting?
The big element is has to do with relationships and technology involving that. So that has to do with Ryan Gosling's character. I won't get into too much more, but that they take a big risk on that, and some more visual elements and cars with doors opening automatically and other cool things that take place in the film. But there's also a nice nod to the original. Coca-Cola branding was in the first movie. Coca-Cola branding is also in this one.
If I could read between the lines, and you don't have to comment on this, but I sense robot sex or robot love. You don't have to comment.
Relationships, I think, in your brain.
32 years. All right. Okay, so now, seriously, can we spend 20 seconds on My Little Pony, the movie? Seriously, you're going to review My Little Pony, the movie?
Look, this is the first ever PG-rated My Little Pony movie because there's some violence, there's some dark forces threatening the home of the My Little Ponies. Emily Blunt voices the main villain, Liev Schreiber, Zoe Saldana, Kristen Chenoweth, Taye Diggs. They're also in the cast. Look, two audiences are going to love this movie, 6-year-old girls and stoners. They're going to have a blast with it.
I love it.
All right. Do you think the Netflix price increase is going to prevent anybody from renewing their subscription? I think we all agree $1 is a fair adjustment.
$1 for the one price if you want to watch stuff on 2 screens at once, $2 more if you want to watch stuff on 4 screens. I like how this change will be enacted October 19, just before the new season of Stranger Things begins. Don't you just love how they do those kind of things?
Well, Chrissy and I were talking about this earlier. There's so many people that are like, oh, I got rid of basic cable or it's too expensive. But by the time you have the Fire Stick and you got Amazon Prime and Amazon Plus and Netflix now, people are spending $247 a month on the 12.
On just those.
And
they can't even watch local news.
And you're right, and you can't even get Channel 13.
It's just overwhelming, yes. The number of channels, the number of programs, the number of options on these, Netflix and Hulu and Amazon. It is quite amazing.
All right, great stuff as always, Jackson. If people want more from you, how can they do that?
Lights-camera-jackson.com, Twitter at LCJ Reviews.